My Doc looking younger, man.
Wow. Change has arrived in
Oh,
Dominica.
yes, it's there, it's there, it's there.
Today I stand before you along with the rest of Team Dominica, representing a distinct break from the Labour Party's past record of poor governance, corruption, nepotism, dismal economic failure, rampant youth unemployment, and hopelessness across our beautiful island.
Kleptocracy, kleptomania.
This country will be called upon to make a choice.
Yes.
That could very well determine whether we ride a wave to solid economic growth and prosperity, or whether we continue along a path that can only guarantee that we have a place among the disgraced and forgotten countries of the world.
Yeah, disgraced.
This is a decision that we will do well to seriously consider as we gather in this place today. The price of failing to move decisively and courageously against the government steeped in incompetence and covered in malice and ill will is one which we cannot afford to pay.
We cannot afford it.
Our future hangs in the balance. We have been witnesses to a government that for 14 long years lacked the moral fortitude to provide jobs for its young people. We witnessed the creation of a millionaire prime minister while thousands
millionaire in 10
in
years
poverty.
on a $5,000 salary.
So while a prime minister and those
Dominicans
stashed away millions in bank accounts and recklessly sold our passports to crooks and criminals, our country
and terrorists
wallowed
too.
in a prolonged period of stagnant economic growth, joblessness, and social decay.
Social and moral too, don't forget moral. Social and moral decay. Dominica is a state of moral decadence. Man, I read the comments, man. I read the comments, and all I can do is shake my head and say, where did we go wrong in Dominica? And when?
With a dysfunctional
And when?
government, and yet yearning to break free. Today, across the 21 constituencies, I say to take a hard look at the people whom you expect to represent your interests in Parliament. It is no accident that our country is in the state that it finds itself. In the past, we have selected people based simply on the fact that they belong to the Labour Party, but they have shown an inability to provide us with any representation.
I know.
In my own constituency of Rivier Cyric, Monjong, and Grand Pont, the poor fellow, Mr. Stevenson, attempted to open his mouth to make a case, and he was told very early on to shut up and sit down. And the guy remained and still sitting down.
I hope the money they paid you the last time there can last you for a lifetime, Ivo. All of us sell all your souls, crooks, enemies of the state of Dominica.
To remain in poverty, joblessness, and hopelessness.
I have no respect for anybody who is in bed with Labour Party. None, absolutely none.
And aspire
I don't care what designation you hold. You can be PhD, postdoctorate, whatever. Once you associate with Labour Party, I have no respect for you. Period. Period.
Which is carried now for December 8, 2014.
You ought to know better. You have to know that this is not right for Dominica.
Government that is attempting to run away from its record of dismal failure and does not bother to outline its plans for the future. Instead, it figures that Moon Dominic sought.
Colony of idiots.
It dresses up its multi-million or multi-thousand-dollar billboards, offers trinkets, and gives handouts, calculating that the people who did this in 2009 will repeat the mistake of the past. Mais écoutez ça. Si nous pas tirer les bas, nous finissons bas. Si nous faisons l'erreur et pas mettre l'équipe Dominique à charge à mois de décembre, nous finissons bas.
Mon fin d'épisode tout. Si ça vive votre libre. Donc Jean-Dominique m'a fini l'épisode, mon pas rien pour faire épisode. Rien.
Messieurs, mesdames, montez, aidez-nous.
Pas mal de moi pour rien. Pas check moi, mon pas check ça, mon fin d'épisode. So only got lost cases.
No, not again. Not Labour, not this time. More than that, and more than those that have decided to vote Labour. And as such, the end of the regime is at hand.
Yeah, I can see it.
This renewed spirit of which I speak.
But they're going to go down fighting, I can tell you that. They are going to go down fighting to their last breath because there's too much at stake for them. Too much at stake. Too much. They're looking at jail time. They're looking at giving back all what they stole. They're desperate.
To remind you of our plans to rescue this country from the abuse of the Dominican Labour Party.
Okay, Doc.
We have proposed the creation of 5,000 new jobs within 3 years. And to put the people of Dominica back to work. This will begin
hold on, Chuck, hold on.
And will be extended to other
I tell you what you see, I
economy.
listening to my thing. I don't want to be disturbed. Hold on, give me a second.
Our plan for that sector.
Let me finish here what my doc saying.
Factories to take care and to process our root crops, essential oils, coconut oil, coffee, cocoa, as well as our dairy products. So hold on, Mr. Farmer.
Yeah.
With less than 1 month
fret
to go,
not.
You will be able to focus
Fret not.
on planting and harvesting. Within the tourism sector, we will continue to combine aggressive marketing with increased air and sea access. Clean and renewable energy will be developed along the way to help in our economic advancement. We will finance our project with help and from grant financing from friendly governments. And so, conscious of the suffering of the Dominican people, we will remove the VAT on several basic food items and medicines while addressing the critical aspect of the rising cost of living, increasing the raising on the price of bread by 25%. Do not despair, Dominica. Do not lose hope. Our salvation is now measured in days and weeks, not in months or years. We are on the cusp of great things. To the young people of this country, I urge you to take an active part and role in your future. Vote the SAW. Vote Team Dominica.
The SAW for sure.
Vote Clinton. Vote Joshua Francis.
Change is a must, it's not an option.
Team Dominica
Cannot be an option.
The development of your country. And finally, to the elderly amongst us, I say to you that the government will provide the care, the comfort, and the protection through improved health facilities and insurance, as well as consistent care to ensure that your life is well lived and comfortable. No one will be left behind. Team Dominica will be a government for all of Dominica. And I could not speak without addressing my friends in the diaspora and those of us living overseas. I appeal to you once more to step forward and make available to us here in Dominica your skills and resources in helping to build a country of which we can all be proud. While we have been tempted to hang our heads in shame and disbelief at what has happened to our country over the last 14 years, where we've seen the mismanagement, we've seen a greedy and incompetent government, we've seen a government
this has been a pain for me. This has been a pain for me.
Of the country. Whilst we have been tempted to bow our heads in shame, we will, however, stand. And this election, more than any other in the history of Dominica, affords us the opportunity to ensure that we have the best place to live, to work, and to enjoy life. Good night, Dominica.
Oh, thank you, Doc. That was sweet. That was sweet. I love it. I love it. You just gave it to us all in a nutshell.